These Negroes are losing it, guys. That's what's happening. It's real pathetic to watch. I told y'all that these Negroes gonna start playing the race card real hard because y'all have to understand the mentality of a black male Trump supporter. Y'all have to understand the mentality of black males in general and black male white worshiping Trump supporters. You know what I'm saying? These Negroes who are, see, if you understand that Negroes in general are primitive and they have no intelligence and they don't have no survival skills and the only thing they really know how to do to survive is to find some black mammy to take care of them. This is really the real life. This is really how they operate as a collective. So if you understand that part, then Kanye's rants and insanity will make sense to you because he's a Trump supporter. So he's either expecting his zaddy to do something for him or he expecting his mammy to do something for him. That's how Negroes think. So now that Donald Trump is showing his true agenda with these ashy Negroes and they looking stupid out here in these streets, the only thing they can do now is play the race card. By constantly talking about being victims of white supremacy, victims of racism, acting like they're conscious and they're trying to fight the power, and just saying ridiculous. Really, Kanye is a troll. He's about money. He wants his money. He wants to be with the elites. He's working for the power structure. He's trying to make black males look unhinged. He's trying to make black males look bad. He's doing this on purpose. He's getting paid to troll the public. Okay? And then all of the other ashy Negroes on social media, these bloggers and all these type Negroes are capitalizing off of his insanity. Trying to make money together. They all in it together. They all in it together. It's like he says something crazy and go off on some fucking tangent. And then all of the bloggers pick up on it and then they make videos about it and they get views. So it's all a conspiracy within that group with the bloggers and the celebrities. Kanye West is not woke. He's not conscious. He's not fighting the power. He's not none of that shit they're going to try to make y'all think he is. He's just making his money. If this Negro, how the fuck you going to say all white people are racist and you got a white wife? How you going to say all white people are racist and you married two white women? White whores at that. They like whores. Like, you know what I'm saying? They like to be naked. They like to be out there. They don't really have no respect for themselves. They just like, Kim was a porn star. She really became relevant after having a sex tape with another celebrity blackmail. Like, nigga, please. Okay? But all white people are racist now. See, y'all see what I'm talking about? You see how do you see the connection between black male Trump supporters who support patriarchy and the white supremacy, okay, and then the connection between that mentality and them always crying about racism all the time, right? That's because in their primitive minds, they want either they zaddy to take care of them or they mammy to take care of them. And if shit don't go their way, if they don't feel like they're accepted or if they feel like they're not going to get a handout or something, then they start lashing out and acting unhinged and shit. All of these celebrity nignogs at the top, the billionaires, all have lost their fucking minds at one point. Like, they either dating just white and they just around white people all the time. They drug addicts. They're crazy as hell. They bleach their skin. They try to look white. They just start acting crazy, unhinged as fuck. And they start lashing out when they don't get their way. They start lashing out when the hell, especially at other black people. They may lash out because white people are spinning two different narratives, or it's been two different narratives about what Kanye West said in his little Twitter rant recently. It's like white people are talking about the whole Hitler comments and um him saying that all white people are racist and the Jews are not white people and whatever the fuck bullshit. And then but then the Breakfast Club reported some of his tweets, and he was talking about how black people are poor, continue working your broke ass jobs. My wife is a billionaire. Of course, she gonna do what I tell her to do because she's a billionaire. I got money. He was speaking anti-feminism rhetoric, and see, you have to understand, with a lot of these Negroes, the anti-feminism is their main talking point. They're gonna always squeeze that in. You know what I'm saying? With making a point, especially these celebrity black males who are fucking dumb. They got egg on their face now. They look stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to Trump and what's going on. They bitches, like they don't have no culture relevancy anymore. That's why they keep trying to hype up Kendrick Lamar. They keep trying to hype up Kendrick as being worse, like he doing something. Like they keep propping him up like, oh, look at Kendrick. Like they need some Nick Nod to be, you know what I'm saying, successful, or a depiction of a black man that's successful is coming up. They need their little one niggnal to try to make a point. Really, these niggas are losers. Like they numbers are dwindling. They're culturally irrelevant now. Nobody wants to listen to their whack ass music like that, except for white people. Like their main demographic audience is white people. They the main ones to give a fuck about Kendrick Lamar's song. Like the culture, the community don't care about Kendrick Lamar's song. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Black women in particular don't care about that song. Like it's only Negro males hyping that shit up because they don't have nothing else to hype up. Because they dead. Like they dead in the industry. Like they're not putting out good music. They're not culturally excuse me, relevant no more. So they're not doing anything. So it's like they have to hold Kendrick Lamar to this standard because he the only one that put out something that was relevant last year, which was a troll song about Drake. Or it was probably that race baiting shit that I'm telling y'all about, which is, that race bait shit. Like they not like us. Listen to the lyrics. He's talking shit about a biracial male, saying that he's not like them. And it's just a Negro thing. This shit ain't got nothing to do with black women at all. When Kendrick made that song, they had nothing. He was just trolling Drake. That ain't have nothing to do with culturally. They not like it. He don't give a fuck about what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? That was just a jab at a biracial dude making more money, being more relevant, and these Negroes getting jealous and mad that Drake is relevant. He make a lot of money. He's been putting a lot of people on, like musically, like he been writing a lot of people's stuff. He's really at the top of the game, and these Negroes is jealous that he's more relevant in the culture than they are, and they was just trying to take him down because they don't want him being the face of hip hop. So that's what that shit is all about. That song is signifying that. That's what it's about. Them hating on a biracial dude as a collective because they're fucking lame. They don't want to be replaced by biracial men. Okay? They don't want to be replaced by biracial males because they're scared of that shit because, you know what I'm saying, they've been trying to erase black women out of black culture and the shit that they've been doing, they don't want it to backfire on their ass and make them invisible in their own shit. So that whole beef with Drake is all about that. Right. They jealous of the biracial males. Notice how they only prop up their biracial daughters. They don't prop up their biracial sons. So y'all know that they're envious and jealous of biracial males, and that's why they don't make them as relevant as their biracial daughters. They just don't. They ignore their biracial sons like they don't fucking exist. You don't never see no black dude glorifying his biracial son's features and appearance and having a whole bunch of pictures of his biracial son all over his social media. Like look at Diddy, for example. He didn't put, he didn't really post up his I didn't even know he had biracial sons. I didn't know about his sons until like maybe a few years ago. when he was doing videos on Instagram with them or some shit and it went viral or whatever. That was the only time I had seen them little boys, but really he didn't never really he ain't never really showcased himself with his son, with his biracial sons like that. You didn't never see them all over his Instagram. You didn't see him all over his music videos when he was like back in the day when he was doing his when he was on his music videos doing doing some of his songs and shit. And he was always on everybody you know videos dancing around and shit. You ain't really see them biracial sons of his on his music videos like that. So that's why I didn't know he had no biracial sons, is because even though I grew up watching him and watching, you know what I'm saying, his music videos and shit like that, and his cameos and all of that crap, I never seen them kids on there on his videos like that. But it was maybe one video where I remember one of his sons was dancing. I only know that's his son now. I didn't know that was his son then when the video came out. I just know is now because people made reference to, oh, that's Diddy's son. But at the time, I thought it was just some little light-skinned boy dancing with some cornrows. I had no idea that was his child because he didn't, like I said, he didn't showcase them like that. Like, do y'all remember when he had his twin daughters, y'all remember that being on Essence, right? Magazine. I remember seeing his daughters, and I remember seeing his daughters on Essence with Kim Porter. Like, I didn't see his sons on Essence or any magazine covers, nothing like that. So, like I said, the point is, y'all know how these Negroes do with them biracial sons. They keep them out of the limelight. They do it on purpose. They only promote their biracial daughters. If his biracial sons were females, they would have been everywhere. Like, you would have always seen his biracial daughters with him, and you would have known that was his kids because you would have seen them heavily promoted with him. So yeah, these niggas is just jealous of Drake, and that's what the hell this whole thing is about, them protecting their identity within the black culture. They want to make sure they're the representation of hip hop, because that's all these ashy niggas have. So that's they only go-to. So other than that, they don't really have anything. And they seen the Hispanics coming for their spot. That's what that whole FBA shit is about with them, is they were seeing these Hispanic people, rappers or whatever, claiming hip hop, claiming that they were pioneers in the hip hop beginnings, like underground hip hop. They was a part of the creation of hip hop, and then once they started making those claims, Negroes started getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Because that's these ashy niggas' way of trying to protect their identity within their own culture. See, they don't do that with black women. They want you erased, but they want you to still have those babies though. So now the name of the game for these Negroes is to try to get as many black women pregnant as possible, and then shit on you at the end because they just trying to keep their numbers up and keep themselves in existence. So that's the name of the game, is getting black women pregnant, and then after they trap you with them babies, then they go on right off into the sunset and do what the fuck they really want to do. And you know, the ashy primitive black women, they're gonna go along with it and try to be fake cool with these Negroes after all of this shit that has happened politically and culturally. And if you still dealing with them, like, you still cool, if you still supporting them in any kind of way, you just crazy as a black woman. You just ain't got no sense. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Because I definitely don't support Kendrick. I'm not on his song. I don't give a fuck about that song. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. Nobody want to see that garbage. Like, I hope that the Super Bowl have the lowest ratings that they've ever gotten in history. I hope everyone's agitated by the fact that he's even doing the halftime performance or the Super Bowl performance or whatever. I hope that people just don't want nothing to do with it and they end up not getting no ratings. That's what I hope happens. Because I don't want to hear that shit. I already told y'all that Kendrick was going to be on some fake political shit, because that's what the name of the game is. Now that these niggas done supported Trump, and look at how quiet these Negroes are about Trump. Look at how quiet these niggas done got. You know, all these Trump supporting ashy fools. Look at how they're not really speaking on the DEI conversation Trump been having, and all of that type of stuff. Like they being real hush mouth on the whole topic and discussion. So yeah, just y'all dumb as hell. Like I said, any black woman still dealing with them, um, you just stupid. I'm sorry. You clearly don't have no intelligence. You clearly don't have no thought process, and don't see that you're getting played. You're getting played, boo. Because I don't know what to tell you. Okay, all of these anytime these Negroes out here talking about racism, y'all should be laughing in these Negroes' face. Like, shut the F up. Shut up and get out of my face. Like, don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody care. Whine all you want to. Yes, we're laughing at you, Negro. This shit is funny to watch. Oh, the big bad boogie white man after you. Oh, what you want somebody to do about it? Nobody cares, boo. Because that's going to be the name of the game. That's their only tactic in staying relevant with black people. But if you, like I said, with this whole Kanye West rant, all you got to do is go to Breakfast Club and listen to what he really said, because a lot of these platforms are ignoring what he said about black people in his tweet, and they doing it on purpose. They don't want Negroes to see how stupid they look. Like the shit he said about black people in his tweet that's why he supports Trump. That's his mentality. All of the Trump support Negroes, what he was saying about black people in his tweet is how all of them think about black people. So that's why you got to be dumb as hell to be a black woman associated with any Negroes who was even openly saying that they fuck with Trump. So, yeah. Now these Negroes gonna try to clean up. Bitch, don't come in here saying that. You're gonna get blocked out of here. So now these Negroes think they about to clean up shop, and they ain't cleaning up fucking nothing. See, only the dumb, primitive ass black women are dumb enough to listen to a nignog and what he has to say at all. Because if you're intelligent, then you would have picked up on this way before now, and you would have known during the election what kind of ish they was really on as a collective. They just want to undermine black female progress. I done told y'all what these Negroes want to do. They want to undermine black female progress. They want to make sure black women are destitute. If we don't want to have sex with them, if we don't want to procreate with them, if we don't acknowledge them, then they want to destroy our ability to be able to take care of our kids or ourselves. Period. That's what this is all about with them. And they felt like with Kamala that we were going to be comfortable. We were going to get some kind of comfort. We were going to be secure. We're going to feel like we good. You know what I'm saying? We just keep working, making our money, taking care of our business, paying our bills. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live on our own, trying to live comfortable. That's what they don't like. These males, they don't like that shit. Okay, these white males. And see, now you have black women spinning the narrative that, these white males just are upset about white women having jobs and comfort and being, being able to be separate from them. But really, you have to think about it. White men, they might stop white women from being employed, maybe, but they'll be fixing that by them taking care of white women. So even if they were trying to sabotage white women, and that's how they was thinking, which I noticed this attack is mostly on black people, because that's why Donald Trump made the DEI comment. His attack is on black people. Like he trying to push agendas using black people, and he trying to attack black people, period. So you can say that's about white women all the fuck you want to. That his DEI comments prove that these white males are not after white women. If they were, then they would be making comments about white women and not black people. But anyway, even if that was the case, even if they do try to sabotage white women's progress or try to stop them from, stop them from having gainful employment or whatever, or practicing feminism or whatever y'all saying is the case. Like I said, white males are want to make sure it's something put in place, some kind of cushion of protection in place to protect them and make sure that they have money and they eating and living decent. So it won't matter that they are trying to attack them. That's only for them to be able to have some kind of control over them and have some kind of relevancy to them. But that don't have nothing to do with Negroes. You gonna suffer, because this shit With you is this they're gonna stop you from they're gonna try to stop you from living your life and making your money and building your finances up. That's not gonna, whatever they're doing when it comes to their own community and their own women won't be having anything to do with black people. The way you're gonna be attacked and how you're gonna be affected by this DEI shit and all the other stuff is not gonna have nothing to do with no white women at all. Like, your situation is gonna be entirely different. And you black women need to understand that. And if you really think that these white males don't care about you black women pushing feminism and trying to be alone and not having sex and not procreating, if you think that they don't care about that, then you're psychotic and you're stupid. When that's what the whole slave trade was based on, is your reproduction. Like, why would they not care about what you're doing? Like, do you really think anytime they're pushing something that's going to directly affect you worse than anybody else, they're definitely worried about your ass, or they wouldn't be including you in their bullshit. So even if they was trying to, whatever the fuck they was trying to do with white women or whatever y'all claiming, they wouldn't be trying to attack. They wouldn't be doing stuff that negatively affect black women if they didn't care about your position. So it's real clear that that's a lie, that they don't care about black women's position. Yes, they do. They don't want you pushing feminism. They don't want you to be pushing any kind of independence or any kind of comfort in living or taking care of yourself or going to school or being educated. They don't want you pushing education. They want you to be sexy red. That's why they put her out here. That's why they put that hypersexualized garbage out in through the music, through entertainment. What are they pushing in entertainment to black women and girls? What are they pushing? What do y'all see on the regular? Do you see black women worrying about men all day, worrying about marriage, worrying about being hypersexual, pushing anti-feminism content? Or do you see the opposite? So yeah, they want to control you. If you just looking at what you see on average, what you see promoted to you constantly on your algorithm, through the mass media, through television, entertainment. Like, come on now. And you're going to try to act like they're not doing anything that's directly affecting you mentally. Like, they don't care about what you're doing. They don't care. Yes, they care. And Negroes care. And that's why Negroes wanted to vote for Trump. That was what the whole point was. They was anti-Kamala because she's a female, and because they felt like with Kamala as president and pushing her political agendas, that you black women were going to be more and more self-sufficient and not deal with them, period. What, like you still are, which is funny because you still are in that same situation. Like, the fuck, they can vote whoever the fuck they want to. These Negroes have no political power. They have no social. They don't have to push nothing. They don't have fucking shit. So either way it went, even though they didn't vote for Kamala, even though they didn't support Kamala for, I guess, because they anti-feminism or whatever they think, it still ain't gonna benefit them because nobody's still gonna not come to y'all niggas for any kind of support. The black women who don't want to have no children or don't need any support because they don't have any kids. It's only the black women who got pregnant who are going to need support. And when with this DEI shit, all thing Donald Trump got to do is just allow for these companies not to hire your ass, and you won't have a fucking job. Because where you going to get one at? If they fire you, if they shut your small businesses down, they can do whatever the hell these white people want to. Y'all know they can do whatever they want to. They've been doing whatever they want to. So anything they want to shut down, they can shut down, and black people won't be employed. So pretty much these Negroes are in the same situation regardless to them voting for Kamala. Because you still don't have shit. You still are a sitting duck at the end of the day. Anytime they want to target you, they can. Why? Because it's the law. It's legal for them to target your ass. They don't have to be inclusive. They don't have to give you a job. They don't have to acknowledge you. They don't have to do anything now. That's what Donald Trump is trying to put in place. So it's still going to be a small minority of these Negroes with any decent income. A very small, tiny ass little fucking fraction. And all of them ashy bums are going to do is they're going to go around and they're going to try to trick women into thinking they the only one that this nigga fucking with, and try to trap as many women in a pregnancy as possible. And then you're going to be hearing all these stories about these dumbass females getting trapped, baby trapped, and You know what I'm saying? Getting tricked by some bitch ass nigga that tried to make it seem like he was looking for marriage and he had a decent job and he was a God fearing Christian man. Like, this gonna be the new little come up. I'm telling you. And a lot of you black women, if you're not intelligent, you're going to get your ass baby trapped. You're going to get yourself played. See, I won't never get played because I already know the game. Okay? I know the game and I know why the hell they was against Kamala and I know what the hell they trying to do now. And I'm not stupid. That's what this racism talk is about. That's why this motherfucker keeps going on these these rants about racism. I know what these Negroes, they all talking about it. All of these black males are on their platform talking about DEI and Donald Trump's anti-DEI sentiments for, when after that plane crash happened. Okay? So, yeah, they're now realizing what the fuck he on. And if they not a celebrity tap dancing little monkey, they know they ain't about to be having no money. Okay? They got to tap dance for their zaddy because they don't have no political power, as I said. They don't have no power when it comes to jobs and money and economics. They don't have nothing they fall back on that they created. So they know they're gonna have to go to zaddy for money and help and handouts. They know that. So that's what they push it. So you hear a lot of celebrity nicknames. If they're not talking about racism now, they will be soon. So all of the ones that's talking shit about other black people being broke, because that's what Kanye West said in his tweet, and that's what Soulja Boy said when he went and performed for Donald Trump. That was his clap back. Is y'all black people broke? Y'all ain't got no money. I'm getting money. I got hoes. Y'all ain't got shit. This is what they saying. It's cool because watch them pussy ass nignogs in maybe I'll say give or take a few months to a year, them start whining about racism and trying to get their mammy to come support their bitch ass. That's what I told you. If it's not zaddy, it's their mammy. Okay? If zaddy ain't giving them handouts and helping them out, then they gonna go run to their mammy for help. Oh, mammy, help me. The white man's after me. We gotta protest. Y'all have to boycott. Y'all gotta help us brothers out. Watch. Y'all gonna see what the fuck. See, I be knowing how these Negroes think. That's why when they made their political stands, that's why you should have not fucked with them then. As a black, as soon as you seen them saying stupid shit, you should have withdrew any kind of support at that point. You should have known exactly what the fuck they were on and how they was gonna parasite off of all of the women around them when shit goes south. Because that's all they do. Okay? So that's how the fuck I feel about Kanye. He's a loser. He's a clown. All right, that's a clown. He's an unhinged ass psychopath, and most black males are. The Negroes who are online trying to act like they don't know what's wrong with him, and he crazy, and he unhinged, and he a loser, and all this other shit. They just got egg on their faces. Really, the bottom line. They look stupid right now. They propping up Kendrick, and he did shit but troll Drake his whole all last year. He didn't do nothing profound but troll a biracial dude. Like, that's the only thing he known for. And that's what they propping that Negro up for. So they got egg on their face about that, because that's pathetic. That's y'all champion. That's the nigga that y'all all supporting. This is y'all little token Negro that y'all want to represent y'all. Like, y'all really are pathetic. That looks really embarrassing as far as I'm concerned. That's who they cheering on and shit. Number one, and number two, them aligning themselves with Trump and his administration just backfired on their stupid ass. So they look stupid in that regard too. They just looking dumb as hell at this point. And see, you have to understand that's why he made that comment about supporting Diddy. All these Negroes care about is doing what they want to be able to get away when they get in Hollywood and do all the weird little shit they got to do and all that little monkey ass tap dancing they have to do to make their money. They want to be able to freely do whatever the fuck they want and get away with it, and they don't like the fact that they are publicly criticized, ridiculed, or held to any kind of legal responsibility once they participate in certain shit. So he feel like this is the industry shit, Diddy is a scapegoat, and yeah, we all doing the same freak shit, and he just a scapegoat. Because see, that's that motherfucker understanding the system. He understands that Negroes are going down, like they're using Diddy as symbolism of the fact that they're gonna start attacking black males. See, this is, and y'all have to understand it from this perspective too. With white males, that's their main tactic, is trying to demonize black dudes to make them the face of misogyny and rape and sexual deviancy, when really they the same way. But in order to make themselves look good, they have to villainize Negroes. They have to villainize black males for the same behavior that they participate in, so they won't look as bad, because they whole thing is looking better than Niggas. They whole thing is being in some kind of competition with black males, making themselves seem like they're more, I don't know, better. They just more lenient. They're more respectful of women. They're more, they're saviors and heroes, and the big bad boogie black man wants to come rape you and rob you and stuff. I mean, that might be just for white female fear or something. Like they trying to create some kind of white fear of Negro males or something, so they can start criminalizing them and incarcerating them in large numbers or some shit. Y'all know how they do. They did that shit doing Jim Crow. If y'all read about slavery and read about Jim Crow and civil rights and all that shit, they used to do that back then too. That's why they used to hang those Negroes from trees, because a lot of them got accused of raping white women. Like they were going around saying Negroes was wild sexual deviants going around raping white women. So they just doing that now, pretty much using Kanye and Diddy and R. Kelly, and notice how most of those celebrity Negroes were accused of raping white women. So, that's their little tactic. But y'all have to understand why though. They do that because they trying to victimize white women to black men, and they trying to make themselves look like they're saviors and heroes. Like that's white males trying to create a narrative about themselves. Like we're heroes, we're saviors, we're against rape, we're against sexual deviancy, we're morally sound, we're better. That's why they do that. And that's what Kanye West is saying. That's and I think that's why he have his wife, like that Bianca chick, being naked all the time around him. Because what does that look like to y'all? Do that look like, um, what does it look like? I'm not saying what it is, but what does it appear to be? Because a lot of people think when they see that shit that he's controlling her, like he's, forcing her to be naked and to do sexual deviant stuff, and he controlling her, he's abusive towards her. Like that's the narrative. So it's clear that that's what he's trying to promote, with that. And who's paying him to do that? Because why the fuck would Kanye be doing that on his own? Like, I don't understand, what I'm saying, why he feels the need to do that. Like, he don't care about how it look. You know what I'm saying? So he don't care about his money, but he just bragged about being a billionaire. So it's clear that he don't feel like he gonna lose no money by doing the shit he doing. So I'm thinking that somebody paying him to do all the shit that he doing. Like he getting paid to expose people. He getting paid to act like he just some, what I'm saying, Negro, unhinged Negro that's being just being fucked with, or a target of the industry or some crap, whatever. I feel like he getting paid to promote all of that, and he getting paid to be the big black brute with that white girl. You know what I'm saying, looking like she a victim of him or some shit. Like it's starting to give like he getting paid to do that. So let me block some of these motherfuckers out of my chat room so they can stop talking to me, because they just don't know how to stop stalking this space. So anyway, like I said, so this is a tactic from these white males to try to, to try to look like they're saviors or some shit, like they the great white hope. We're incarcerating these Negroes, we put them in jail. We're the only ones who are civilized. We are against men beating and raping. Like, it's just a narrative. It's just a narrative being perpetuated, and they just using these black male celebrities to perpetuate this narrative about themselves. That's what they're doing. I promise y'all. That's all it is. They always are doing this shit in America. Like I told y'all, read up on Jim Crow and slavery and all of that. Those lynchings, those all of that. This is what they do. It's just a way to practice racism, like making the Negro a villain and then they the savior. Okay, and it's all to make white women feel fearful and then run to white males for safety. So then they can demonize black people. You black women, you're just a. I mean, it's not about you. I mean, it's definitely all about you. But when they attacking these Negroes, they just want you to come to their aid. Because what you're supposed to do in these situations, what they want you to do is they want you to support these unhinged ass Negroes. They want y'all saying, "I'll leave free Kanye, Diddy, free Diddy," and Kanye. He's just scared for his life, and he's just trying to speak up for black people. Like, they just want y'all just stupid. Like, y'all can't comprehend what you seeing. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be completely ignorant to what's actually happening, and they want you to ride some coattails. Is what they want you to do. And they want you to praise white men, because that's what all these black banshees on social media been doing, is propping up white males on their videos, telling you to date white men and white men this and white men that. These desperate females who clearly are prostitutes in my eyes. Like, they just don't, like, they be talking about government assistance and food stamps and acting like they above, you know what I'm saying, they make a lot of money or whatever, which they clearly don't, because if you did, then you wouldn't be constantly promoting to black women to date white men for some kind of damn assistance. Like, what do they need to date white men for? Why do they need to date white men for? If they have their own security, then shouldn't they just wait for whoever wants to date them, and they can just make their decisions on who they want to date based on who wants to date them? Why are you telling them to go seek out men with money and status? Why are you telling them to do that? It's probably because you're a prostitute, and yeah, like, and now you got egg on your face because these white males don't fuck with you, and they showing you that part. Because the only black women they want is the ones who are given education, like they given, they're able to make some money. Like, to see the white males, they control that. They control these black women who are educated. They control whether they're gonna make money or not, or what schools they're gonna be accepted into, what jobs they're gonna be accepted into. They just said they're doing away with DEI, so they're not about to be including black people just because they're black. So now they just gonna be looking for the bigger and best people out there, and if a few little Negro, because you know how white people think, right? It's always a small. It's a narrative of how many black people can reach a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a certain amount of black people who are qualified, a certain amount of black people who are really intelligent, a certain amount of black people that's, you know how they do. So more than likely, them few minority of black people who are who are exceptional, like, you know, completed 4 years of college, very intelligent, very just at the highest of academically that it could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the ones that's gonna be eligible to date white. Okay, they do this. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, how the system is, how they do these things. Like, they asses want the better genetics. They want to procreate with the people with the better genetics. So they seek out black people who are highly intelligent, who are, just at the top of their game, and they try to date those black people. And then they funnel all of the other black people into poverty. And how they do that is, they encourage the black woman to be hypersexual. So they don't usually make it out of high school without getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very hypersexual. So they end up going to high school, going to middle school, high school, whatever. They end up pregnant, and then they end up trapped in poverty because they had babies before they completed school. So then that renders the black female from completing school, that keeps her poor. She usually gets pregnant by a male that's of low intelligence or, academically unachieving. And then the kids end up not being really they end up not excelling in school because of all of the ish, the mom being always working and trying to pay bills, the dad being a slack and just a loser. And then you know how that shit go. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like 70% of black women statistically that's in that situation. So that's how they do it. Okay? So, and they get the better blacks on, procreating within their group. This is how they do it. I'm telling y'all. It's facts. So if you black women don't understand that, and and you keep moving how you moving or moving whatever way you want to move, that's how you get trapped up. And it's a game that's being played, and y'all just have to be sophisticated about it. Kanye is full of shit. Don't ever think that any of these Negroes are conscious or pro-black or any of that bullshit that they trying to make you think. Okay? Don't think it. All right? Because I'm telling you it's not true. Okay? All right? A lot of black women are not, they're very delusional about their situation right now. They really think they have options and they don't. When Donald Trump came out here talking about DEI, he's talking about you black women too. Okay? So this applies to you. This is not about just black male. This is black people in general. So this DEI shit is going to affect you black women as well. So if you think that these white males are going to try to help you get ahead in life, you're crazy. They're not. So you could try to date them, but that's all a tactic to sexually exploit your ass. Like, what I'm saying? Try to stop you from living your life and making money and taking care of yourself, and then trying to force you to go through these males, date these males for money. So how's that any different than government assistance? If you can't survive on your own and you're pathetic enough to be seeking out males to help you out, that's the same thing as being on some kind of assist or seeking out assistance and handouts. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's the same thing. You're looking for a handout, and you're looking for a handout from someone who can cut you off at any time and stop you from getting that handout. So you're in the same situation as anybody else. Like, if you're seeking out men for a handout and you get a handout from a man and then he decides he don't want to be with you anymore, he don't like you or something, and then you're not getting that handout because he don't want to give it to you, how is that any different than any other situation? Because essentially you're in the same predicament as any other black female, which are the majority. Like, you in that same boat no matter who you date. If you have to date for money, then that's pathetic. Don't you think you should be dating because you want to? Shouldn't that be a choice? Shouldn't that be something you just want to do? Shouldn't men be coming at you and wanting to date you for whatever reason to date you? Shouldn't you be sought after? Shouldn't you be living your life, going to school, going to working, building your finances up, whatever you're doing? Shouldn't you be able to just do that and relax, and then a man come to you and want to date you and want to talk to you because he likes you? Why should you be seeking out males for survival? Why should that be a thing? That don't make no sense in my book. So I don't give males that kind of power over my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be the end all be all to me eating and living. You're not doing that shit. So that should be the move for most black women. And that should always be the move. You always should be pushing. Because if you don't push for that to be the move and the mentality, when you have kids, if you ever have kids, and hopefully a lot of y'all are realizing y'all don't want any kids because y'all think it's a game. All of this little goofiness on the internet is just a whole bunch of pathetic women who don't have kids. They never was in a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no life experience, and they sound like 12-year-olds because they don't have no experience with anything. So they just be running their mouth. But hopefully you understand that when you have kids and you make things final, that it's final. You can't take back and you can't do nothing after them kids are here. After you build a life with somebody, it's pretty much is what it is. You don't get no do-overs or none of that shit. It is what it is. So hopefully a lot of black women are understanding that, because a lot of black women talk a good game on the internet. They run their mouth a lot like they got everything figured out, but really they don't. Because just like we learning right now with Donald Trump and his administration, anything when you're black and you're in the black community, anything can turn around at the drop of a dime. These white people have that much control over your community that anytime they want to do something, they can do it. Anytime they want to stop progress, they can stop it. Anytime they want to change the rules and move the goalposts, they can. This is what the hell they're able to do, because you're completely dominated and subjugated. So that's just how that works. So you can't have everything figured out. You know, talking like a damn retard, like a little kid, have this fairy tale fantasy that is easily obtainable or something is just crazy rhetoric. It's not real. It's not realistic. It's kind of ridiculous. So hopefully black women are seeing that as the reality and they decide that they don't want to get baby trapped. Hopefully. If not, then it is what it is. But this is just how it works, y'all. So I don't want to hear no more. I don't listen to these Negroes anyway. Like I said, I listened to them a lot during the election. I was listening to their bullshit, and I already knew that they wasn't making no sense when I was listening to their content about the election and about Kamala and her policies, Democratic policies or whatever. And yeah, it just wasn't adding the hell up. It just wasn't adding up for me. And now things are just confirmed that it's not adding up. Because it's just not. It's not adding up, y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's just not. It's not processing how the fuck that mentality was going to benefit anyone. Okay, this whole anti-democratic mentality. Yeah, I'm just not seeing where black people think they about to be progressing in life now. So, like I said, I expect all of these Negroes to start talking about race and whining about zaddy didn't take care of me. Zaddy ain't giving me a job. Zaddy. I just feel like that's what's about to happen, y'all. So stay tuned and be prepared for the fake black conscious crew, where they start, saying we gotta stick together, we gotta do this, do that, and just pushing a whole bunch of bull crap that don't make no sense. Being very superficial, being very material. Anytime they start pushing materialism in the media heavily, like pushing materialism, that's how you know black people are completely poor. That's a narrative. Anytime you see that, that's a narrative. When it's looking like black people have money, they splurging on all of this superficial shit. That's them getting prepared to rob your ass blind. Like, that's what they getting prepared to do. And I see them pushing a lot of that lately. Like, they pushing a lot of materialism. They pushing a lot of weight loss commercials and content, and they pushing a lot of cosmetics and shit like that. Like, we back at that shit. So Yeah, they're gonna be trying to rob y'all. I hope y'all black women don't fall for it. I really do. I hope y'all smart enough to see capitalism for what it is, and I hope you don't feed into it. I hope you don't be buying a whole bunch of stuff trying to get you a man and all of that. Like, I hope y'all realize that that's a trick, and it's just to consume your money. Like, they don't care about you, girl. And Kanye West is definitely materialistic. He's definitely, um, you know what I'm saying? He's for the power structure. He's for materialism. He's for whoredom. He's for being flashy. He's for all of that shit. That nigga not conscious at all. He's not none of that shit. He just trying to make his money by any means necessary. Period. He ain't making no political statement. He don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay? These Negroes are not political. They're not intelligent. They don't care about being strategic or smart. If they did, they would have something as a collective, and they don't. So, I mean, come on. All right? These people in these schools, they don't give a fuck about your kids. Even if they, with this whole DEI thing, if they stop hiring these hood rat teachers, it's not really going to matter because these black schools will be targeted, um, and have anyone hired to teach black kids because they don't want black children learning anything. They want them to fail. They want their test scores to be low. They want problems. COVID messed them kids up. Because of COVID, they are behind. They, they missed a lot of school. They wasn't very attentive with those kids, and they're not trying to fix it. These teachers are hood rats. They're unprofessional. They don't know. They don't know the first thing about how to teach kids. They are complete idiots. They're undisciplined. They don't have any patience. They're childish themselves. They're kids. They're immature. They just pathetic. So when you have kids, you're going to be having to put them in that school system, and they're going to jack your kids up. I tried to tell y'all that a lot of, I tried to have that conversation on several lives because it's really important. I really want y'all black women to understand what you get yourselves into, because they're understand when these white people, these, Trump administration talk about DEI, they're going to start trying to miseducate those black children and make sure that they're not reading on the grade level they should read on, and they're not able to perform on the level they should. Why? Because then they cannot hire them for certain positions because they can say that they're not qualified. Y'all understand that's how they do? When they start moving the goalposts and shit, that's them trying to set you back. So that's what they're going to do with these black children, and I know they're doing it because they're trying to do it to my daughter. Okay? They trying to set her back. They trying to, make it appear as though that, what I'm saying, she's just not learning anything. And they're doing it. And I'm watching them. I have so much recordings and of year after year after year of them spewing out rhetoric and not doing anything about the shit they talking about. I have proof that they got her on, doing good, and then they try to fuck her back up. Like, now shit is fluctuating with her education. Like, they just playing these little games that they think that, they ain't gonna be able to be proven in the court of law or wherever the hell I need to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm putting in the work to help her and do what I need to do. And it takes a lot to stay on these psychopaths, these degenerate, fucking lonely, pathetic, miserable hood rats in these school systems, and these crazy racist white women in these school systems. It's really a task to stay on their ass about your children's education, because they are, I mean, they savages, man. They don't have a life. All right, they're pathetic. They're primitive. They're not going nowhere. Their life ain't shit, and they bring their negative, fucked up energy to the school because they don't care. Do y'all understand that people don't care about black kids? They don't care about black kids. Nobody cares about, the mothers don't care about their kids. The school system don't care about them damn kids. So they just in there sitting ducks, and they're going to be prepared to be failures when they grow up. Okay, they're being conditioned now to not be able to read, write properly, and all of that. You have to home, even if your child is in school, you have to homeschool your child. So they just going there just to go there legally, I guess, so you won't have to face court or something because you took them out of school. Like that's the only reason why they're there. But really, they're not learning shit there. They just there just to be there. So this is how disgusting these motherfuckers. And then they trying to act like it's just certain kids. No, bitch. It's all of those kids. So that's why black people ain't doing well. They haven't been doing well for a long time. That's why you have a small minority of black people making six figures. You have a small minority of black people making any decent income. They was doing good, they would be making more money, and they're not. They're not qualified to make a certain amount of money because they're not being hired for certain positions. Period. They've been doing bad statistically. Black women are illiterate too. See, this is we're not gonna make this a black male thing because this shit is reflective of the black community, male and female kids. Black kids are not doing well. Even though black women go to college more and get degrees more, they're still not making no money. And then also the kids are not doing well, even if you could say that certain black women of a certain age are educated. It's not reflective in numbers when it comes to those black kids. If black boys are reading on a third grade level, what does that say? Like if that's their average literacy level, what does that say about black mothers of those black sons? It's always gonna go back to black women because they the one raising these kids and having them. So you can't ignore black women's negligence when it comes to stuff like that. And see, that's what the school is doing. They're gonna try to blame black women for this shit. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they try to do with me. See, I know that they're not teaching my daughter shit, so I'm gonna have to take other courses of action to make sure that she's, what I'm saying, getting her a proper education, and I know what's going really on because I don't trust them fucking ghetto pieces of garbage at her school. I know that they're never going to do shit. It don't matter what grade level your child is on. It don't matter what the hell going on academically with your children at the school. They're not going to resolve the issue. So they're not going to help. You're going to have to seek outside help, or you're going to have to homeschool your child and do it yourself because they're not doing shit. They're making it clear that they hood rat asses don't have the skill, intelligence, energy, or time to put into making sure them kids are educated at the school. Period. They're making it abundantly clear that that's how the fuck they operate. So, and that will be reflective with black women because there's a lot of black women in the school system who are teachers and principals and assistant principals. There's black female activity in these schools, and it's not helping. Like, these kids are still illiterate. They're still not reading properly. They're still not able to effectively sit and learn. They're not doing anything. It's like these bitches are pathetic. They went to school and got degrees, but look at how stupid they are. Like, okay, you went to school to get a degree, and whatever you got a degree with, degree in to educate children. Why the hell don't you have any technique to deal with kids who are, slower at learning, or who are hyperactive, or who are just, introverted and timid and scared of, maybe they just don't, they're not very active. Like, they don't raise their hand. They don't, ask for help. They not understanding their assignment, whatever. They don't have any fucking skill to deal with none of that shit. Okay? And that's by design. So degrees don't mean shit. That's the prime example of how, if, think about it, the most important thing to have a degree in, as a black woman especially, is child education, like childhood development, or education, because that's the future. Those kids are the ones that's gonna represent black people academically as adults. Like, they're gonna represent black progress. Okay, So that's a real, like, if you have a degree, that would be the most important, prestigious, not prestigious, but that would be a really important degree to have, and be certified in educating black children. You know what I'm saying? And if they're doing so terribly, then that, what does that say about black women who are educated? You know what I'm saying? What does that say about their education and their degrees? If they so intelligent, then why are their kids failing academically? Like, come on now. If you gonna make these blatant statements about black women's education, then you gonna have to acknowledge this being an issue. Cause the black women that I'm dealing with are fucking dumb. They're dumb. Period. They're stupid and they're dumb, and they don't know how to educate no one. They don't know how to deal with kids. Period. Like, they don't have no social skills. They don't have no social skills. They don't have no intelligence. I mean, these dumbass bitches at the school told me, I got it on recording. They told me to not help my daughter with her math, with her Eureka. They doing some shit called Eureka math now. And they told me that they didn't want to give me the worksheets on Eureka math because they knew that I wasn't gonna be able to follow it, and that they didn't understand it. So what the hell? So who the hell is supposed to help her? If y'all don't know the Eureka math and y'all can't even figure it out, you can't teach her it because you don't know it, and then I can't teach her it because you don't think I'm going to know it. So what the hell is she supposed to do? See, these are the dumb bitches I'm dealing with, and they want me to think there's something wrong with my child when you're that stupid that you would say something that dumb. And you want me to think she the problem. Like she just having a hard time. Having a hard time what, stupid ass? You're not teaching her the stuff that you're saying that she needs to be on grade level for. You're not teaching her the material. You're keeping the material, the curriculum that you are held to a standard to teach from her. So how the hell is she supposed to perform on grade level if you're not teaching her the material? You make it make sense, bitch, because it's not adding up. So it's just crazy. And I mean, if you really look at black children's standardized scores, test scores, EOG scores, okay, most of them are falling behind, and they really don't have no intention at the school to get them on grade level. Okay, and I think that applies. I don't know if that applies to private school and stuff, like, not private school, but because most alternative schools, I'll say, I don't. I'm pretty sure they fall behind there too. Those schools don't do any better academically with their at their performance level. So it ain't about the school type. I don't believe. I don't see any statistics that prove that academically. Now, they probably learning better, like, because if you have different learning styles being taught to the, and you're able to do certain things that you are not able to do in the public school because of certain restrictions, that's different. But academically, I don't know if it's any different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably not that drastically different. What they're learning and what level they are academically. I don't feel like it's any different from the public school to the alternative school. Like, it's just a trick bag to make black women in particular think that it's all of these other issues that's the reason why their children are not performing on the level they should. Well, really, it's just these dumbass teachers who don't care about them damn kids. They just don't care to properly educate those kids. Like I don't think that these teachers are alarmed about the test scores. I don't think they really care about it. Like they not feeling like, oh, we need to get these kids on grade level. We need to, we need to do what we got to do. They don't have nothing, because I'm seeing it. They don't have nothing in place at the school to help the children um get on grade level, like get academically perform on the level they should. They have nothing in place for that. Nothing. They offer nothing. They offer nothing to those kids at all. Nothing. They don't offer any kind of help or resources to those kids. The only resource they would have is probably online learning, like, what I'm saying, some, but I don't feel like that's going to be all that effective either, because the reason why I say that is because during COVID they had remote learning, and the kids still didn't do well when they came back to school. They weren't doing good, even when they was doing remote learning at home. So that didn't help them academically. So if they still offering remote learning as a solution to any kind of issue they might be having academically or whatever, that shit doesn't do anything. Them bitches don't want to be hands on, and that's the point. They don't want to be hands on. They don't want to put two teachers in a class and make sure that they all are. They not doing no extra shit. All them stupid bitches care about is Spirit Week and getting the adults to pay for stuff like colorful shirts and going along with these little activities and crap instead of actually teaching them kids. And I just see it for myself. So it is what it is, y'all. Like, it is what it is. I told you. If you have multiple kids, and that's the sad part, I feel sorry for all of the black women who have multiple children around the same age that they have to tend to all at the same time. When you do that in today's society, in today's time, dealing with these schools, and you have children, multiple children, and they all need their own individual help when it comes to their academic, performance, because they probably not going to be performing on the same level because they're different kids and they're not the same. So they more than likely going to have different issues or whatever. And you trying to deal with this school and deal with all of these things in one go with different kids. That's a terrible situation to be in, because you gonna go crazy. Like, you gonna lose your shit. Seriously, that's what's gonna happen, because you gonna have so many problems and so many things on your plate while you trying to pay bills. It's just gonna be ridiculous. You're gonna be overwhelmed. It's going to happen. And even if you don't snap completely out, it won't matter, because them kids are not gonna be performing on the level they're supposed to, whether you snap out or not. Because something's got to give. You gonna either snap out or you gonna tap out. One of the two, meaning that you either gonna lose your mind trying to help them, or you're going to just neglect them, because it's like, fuck it, okay, whatever. Put them in special ed, put them in whatever the hell resource classes, whatever the hell you can do. Just do it. Fuck it, I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. That's I mean that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. So then they can just funnel those kids where they want to funnel them, and then they'll just grow up academically challenged, and then they just won't get hired nowhere. And it won't matter how educated they are, and none of that shit is going to matter soon. I'm trying to tell you, they're not going to get hired nowhere. So they can excel all they want to, and they can go to the biggest, bestest, most expensive or fucking whatever HBCU that they can go to, and it's not gonna make a dang on difference, and they're not gonna get hired nowhere. Because if they dumbing them down in elementary school, then that means they're gonna be dumbed down in middle and high school. There's no way they're gonna excel if they already being dumbed down in elementary level. Okay, it ain't no way they're gonna progress. So if they being dumbed down in elementary school, they're gonna be dumb in rest of their. So even if they go to college, they still gonna be dumb. Like, you can go to college and still be dumb. Like, college don't mean you smart just because you made it to college. You could be there on scholarship. You could be there on barely had passed. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they don't really hold black students to a high standard academically at HBCUs like that. They don't. They have a different criteria, different, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, this shit is bad, is all I'm saying. It's terrible. And these Negroes don't want you black women caring about them kids. Like, they don't talk about it. These Negroes don't talk about, they only talk about themselves. These some narcissistic, sociopathic maniacs. Every video is about themselves. Oh my God, the white man. I don't care. Like, shut the F up. Shut up. Nobody cares about your problems. Shut up. You're not going to do shit about it, so stop whining about it. Y'all need to understand this, man. So I'm just letting you black women know the game, and I hope y'all take heed to my concerns, man, because it's so serious. Like, it really is. Y'all about to see a real jacked up generation of black people coming soon. It's gonna be bad, and y'all ain't gonna know what to do because y'all can't do nothing. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you trying to pay your bills and you just trying to live your life and take care of your light bill, your phone bill, your car payments, and your rent, and put food on the table and put clothes on your kids' back? Like, how you gonna be caring about all the other stuff? Okay, you're not. You're not. They're gonna be stuck in your house, and they're gonna be fighting tooth and nail to get employed anywhere. It's gonna happen, man. I mean, that's what they preparing for. But anyway, yeah, I'm not listening to these Negroes. That fake conscious shit, I ain't listening to none of it. Because like I said, you hear what these Negroes care about. They care about being anti-feminism. They care about being you know what I'm saying, bragging about how much money they have. They only care about material shit. They don't care about them kids. They just want to get women pregnant. They want to trap women into poverty and pregnancy, and they want to control and dominate, and that's all they care about. These are the facts. They're not conscious, and they don't care about nothing else outside of what I just said. So y'all can do what y'all want to do. I'm not listening to no Kanye BS. I'm not listening to none of the rhetoric on social media. It's all bullcrap because they don't care. They don't care. Okay? About nothing they talking about. They don't care about no black community. They don't care about these kids. They don't talk about their sons being illiterate and not knowing how to read. They don't care about that. Okay? They're not trying to put together no damn program for these children where they come pick them up, take them to the library, or pick them up and show them some math and spend a little individual time with individual black children and help them out. They don't talk about no mentoring programs, no nothing. They don't care about these black children. They don't care. I care. That's why I always talk about it. That's why I'm obsessed with it. That's why it's my main concern, because I care. I care. I care about these kids. I don't care about no materialism. I don't care about no hoes trying to look cute. I don't care about no damn get married and be in a relationship with an eggnog. Like, I care about these kids, and that's my main focus, is what they're doing to these black children and how they don't really have a chance at having a productive life. They just don't have a chance. They're not doing well. They're not. And if they're not doing well, they can't help other kids. Like, think about it. If they are all not doing well academically, who's going to mentor other children who need the help? Sometimes kids help other kids, or teenagers help other teenagers because one is struggling, the other one is not struggling as much. Where is the help going to come from if everybody's not performing well? Where's the help going to come? Where's the concern going to come from? Think about these things. Your black children don't have a community of help. They don't have a community of support. They don't have it. This is bad. This is real bad. Anyway, I'm on that note, I'm out of here. That's all I wanted to say. I really don't have nothing else to say about this jackass. Y'all, stay alert and aware, and don't get sidetracked with the fake conscious bullshit, because it's fake. So that's all I wanted to say, and thanks for watching this live.